Thank you very much. This is a huge thrill for me. I want to first say that some of you may have noticed that Kenny was breaking a little sweat during the ceremony. It's actually not because he was nervous, it's because he rode his bike here. If you see a bike out front that says just married and has some aluminum cans, that's his. In all seriousness, I've known Ken for a very, very long time. To put it in perspective, I knew him when the only hair on his body was on his head. I do want to say to Sonia and Finn, your home was such a warm home, such a loving home with wonderful values, and the man that he's become is a total reflection of how you raised him, and you should be very, very proud. If I had to define my friend Ken Larson with one word, it would be love. Ken is a truly loving person. Every decision he has made in life has been guided by love. I was around for his first true love and his first heartbreak. She was a 1969 Chevy Camaro. He was the very first of any of us to get a car. I think it cost him $900. He painted it black. He drove around the neighborhood like a boss for 2 months. And then he got rammed from behind at a stoplight, and that was the end of the Chevy Camaro. Ken in high school, we had a great time in high school. A lot of our friends are here. They're still my best friends and my favorite people in the world. We were lucky we went to a school in Brooklyn, New York, before it was cool. And our school had no varsity sports. To be cool in our high school, you had to actually be cool. And Ken was, and Ken got along with everybody, and he was truly himself. He was never afraid to be himself. In fact, I'm gonna prove that by showing you a photo from his high school yearbook. This is Ken in drag, 25 years before it was the end thing. And just in case you can't see it, I did bring 15 copies and I'll leave it on the table.
That's amazing.
When Ken went to college, he had a little trouble finding himself. He had more majors than girlfriends. And he was kind of a player. But when he started to figure things out when he became a nutrition major, and shortly after that, he became a chef. And he truly found his calling, he truly found his first true love. And can we just talk about the food at this wedding for a second? Ken actually told me yesterday that he made a lot of this food yesterday. And if this is a home-cooked meal for you, I'm moving in. 30 years of friendship, you never made me gravlax? You're holding out on me. I love eating Ken's food, but I love even more hearing Ken talk about food. He takes you there. The passion that he has for cooking and for making food and bringing pleasure to others truly defines who he is. And it's infectious. When Ken loves something or someone, you feel it. In fact, he has a noise that he makes when he is excited about something. It's a whole motion where he kind of pulls his chin back, looks up, and goes, "Wah!" Has anyone ever heard this? If you know Ken, you've heard him make that noise. And it's just a real expression of who he is. And there is nothing and no one that Ken has loved as much as being a dad and his daughters. Your dad, he loves you so much. He is so proud of the women you've become. You are his favorite people to spend time with. You are his finest creation. I remember when you were little kids, he used to tell me how much he loved just waking you guys up in the morning, that it was the daddy show. And it was just human theater, just hearing him talk about how much fun he had waking you guys up in the morning. And every choice he's made has been about you guys and trying to give you the best of himself. Ken has worked harder in life than anybody I know. Every job he's ever taken, someone said, oh, you'll have the weekends off, it'll be okay. And sure enough, Ken was working weekends, working crazy hours, and it was all about trying to give you the best life he could. He went to Kentucky to build the best life he could for his family. He became the top chef in Lexington, Kentucky. I've read the reviews. He was a celebrity chef in Lexington. But he left all his friends and his family, and a few years later he came back as a single dad. And he decided to take a job as a line cook at a much lower pay just so he could spend more time with you guys. And then when just as if he hadn't sacrificed enough, he became a vegan. He actually became the head chef at a vegan restaurant, as a lot of you know, and he put his heart into it. He would come out of the kitchen and talk to all his customers, and he was really building something. And the owner of the restaurant never really got it, never really supported him, and not a lot of you probably know this, but at one point a dishwasher broke something, and the owner told him to fire the guy. And Ken said, I don't think that's right. And the owner told him again, you have to fire the guy. And Ken said, no, you're going to have to fire me. And that's the kind of guy Ken is. Always putting others above himself, living a life of values. And things just sort of tend to work out. Last December, Ken and I went skiing together. And he told me about this great new job he had. That he was making incredible food for incredible people who he believed in and believed in him. And he said it was his dream job. And he talked about that for about 10 minutes. And then he spent about 10 hours talking about his dream girl. Katerina, I wish I had just hit record. Because to hear Ken talk about you on that trip, the respect that he has for you, the deep pleasure he got from spending time with you, it was really inspirational. We talked about spirituality, we talked about your life, his life, and how he felt it was all coming together. He told me how there were boundaries in your relationship, how you were exploring the emotional side before the physical side. And he said the rule is, we don't touch anything that we don't have ourselves. So I said, well, then I guess you can't run your fingers through her hair. I came home from that trip and I called my girlfriend and I said, well, Kenny's getting married. I think sometime in 2015. There was no doubt in my mind that he had met the one. The way he described you, there was no question he was never going to look back. And every time I've seen him since, he has the glow of a man who truly believes he has it all. He's like a light bulb. I'm not saying Kenny looks like a light bulb. I'm not saying he doesn't look like a light bulb. It's just really incredible to see. And Ken, you have sacrificed a lot in your life. When you were the first of any of us to have a family, when we were off concerts, you were working harder than any of us. And I didn't always understand every life choice you made. But if it was all a path to this moment, then every life choice you made was right. I'm so proud of you that you truly have it all. I want to toast, and if you guys will indulge me, I would like to end this toast and try to make the Kenny Love happy noise. Are you guys down for that? Can we do that? You gotta kind of pull back a little. You gotta look to the sky and just let it all out. To Kenny and Katarina, having it all. Oops. Are these German judges cool with that?